Today I want to teach you how to explode your income. You see, in the past 8 months, my income went from 4K all the way up to 60K a month, and I've done that consistently for the past 3 months, and it's all because of one main reason. And my goal for this video today is to change the way that you see the world and you see work in general. You have the same amount of time as Elon Musk. You have the same amount of time as Jeff Bezos. You have the same amount of time as me. You have the same amount of time as Iman Gadzhi. All these people who are making more than you, obviously they're making a lot more than you than I am, but you have the same amount of time. And they started from your position as well. All these people are self-made. So why are they getting insane results and their income is exploding exponentially and yours is not moving? It's because of one simple reason. Well, it's really not that simple, but it's just one reason. You have to learn it. It's all about leverage. It's about asymmetries. So what I mean by asymmetries is you put a little bit in and you get a lot out. So people who are successful focus on those things all day, every day. They're constantly iterating and always improving the things that give them asymmetrical leverage. So you put a little bit in and you get a lot out of it. And the cool part is whenever you do that, whenever you find those asymmetries, by finding these leverage points, as I call them, you just do all your time on them. So instead of doing a little bit of input and getting a lot of output, you do a lot of input on those things and get a frig ton of output. And so it's all about finding those leverage points and using those to absolutely explode your income over time. So I want you to imagine that you've got 10 buckets, okay? And you can pour your time into each of these buckets. You have to distribute your time every single day. Maybe you have work that takes a bucket and school that takes a bucket, whatever, but you have time left over. If you don't believe me, check your screen time and then be humbled. So you have time to put into these buckets. The issue is that you're putting your time into buckets that have very low leverage. So like what you do, the input gets you a very small output. What you have to do is stop putting your energy and time into those buckets and go put all of your energy and time into the buckets that give you asymmetrical leverage. So like you put a little bit in, you get a lot out. So you start putting more and more time in those buckets and you get a ton out for a ton, like you put in a decent amount and you get a ton out of it. And that is the secret to these people who scale like crazy. And that's what I'm trying to do and get better at every single day. And since getting a lot better at it, I managed to make 60K a month. And so what I want to do today is I want to show you some examples of asymmetrical leverage and show you the main categories I think you should focus on to really make insane progress. But I want you to stop and think, what in your life right now do you have asymmetrical leverage in? Like what do you put a little bit of time into that gets you a ton of output towards your goal? This is something that's important too. It's always about the goal. So if you're trying to become a gold medalist swimmer, then spending time on your business is not high leverage because it's not getting you towards your goal. So it's all about the goal. But for you, it's probably making money online. That's like all you guys who watch my videos for that reason. So if we're talking about making money online, getting to 10K a month, 100K a month, whatever, what are the things that you do every day that you spend a little bit of input on and get a ton of outputs? I want you to think about it right now, because if you don't think through this, you're fricked because you're letting me do the thinking for you. So you have to think, what are some high leverage activities that you do right now? I want you to think about them. Let me give you some examples from my life. So one is speaking. I focus a lot on the skill of speaking. Why? Because every single time that I get better at speaking, a lot of things improve. The YouTube videos, my coaching calls, my sales calls, my one-on-ones, my relationships in real life. Everything improves in my life when I get better at speaking. Therefore, that is a huge asymmetry. So every notch I get better at speaking, a ton of things improve towards my goals. Another one is this microphone. It's kind of the same thing, right? If I sound better on these videos, more people watch them, and it's better quality, better value for you guys. The better I am on coaching calls, the better I am on copy reviews, the better I am on sales calls. Everything improves. Copywriting is a huge one. So when I learned copywriting, I realized, wow, this applies everywhere. So the better I get at copywriting, the better I get at writing video scripts. The better I get at speaking because I learn how to actually say things people want to hear. The better I get at doing outreach because I know what people want to read. Copywriting is another huge asymmetrical leverage, which is why I teach it, which is why I focus so hard on it. YouTube is another one. Think about, I can post one video, like I'll spend 10 or 20 minutes on this video, send it to my editor, and never think about it again. And it could get hundreds, thousands, if millions of views if I made a really good one. So it's huge asymmetry doing YouTube. And I get better at speaking through doing YouTube. Like you have to see how all these things come together. So let's talk about some asymmetries for you in your exact situation. And I'm assuming that you want to make 10K a month. I'm assuming that is your goal. That's what you're trying to do. And so I've gone ahead and made a little list of asymmetries that you should really focus on. The first is your niche and their latent conditions. So right now, you are probably trying to acquire clients. You're trying to get someone's money and you provide them a service. Well, if you want to facilitate that transaction, if you want to get someone's money, you have to understand who they are at a deep level so that you can actually put the right stimulus in front of them to get them to take action through your funnel or on your outreach. So for example, if you reach out to an e-com store owner and you have no clue his pains, his problems, his beliefs, they're going to see right through that. And then are you going to sign them? Probably not. But if you understand your niche's latent conditions, basically meaning you understand their situation, you understand their mental characteristics, their physical characteristics, you understand everything about them more, you're going to be able to write what you need to actually get them to sign you, right, as a client. And so when I first started working as a copywriter, I targeted YouTubers who were selling products because I had done that. Like I understood them so well, and that's what allowed me to make such insane progress. But if you don't know your niche that well, that's fine. But that's what you should be focusing on. Because the better you know your niche, the better your outreach is, the better your offer is, the better your service is, the more confident you are, every single thing improves. You're going to sign clients exponentially better, faster, and more if you just understand your niche. And if you are not signing people right now, if you're not making money, it's because you have no clue the latent conditions of your niche. And if you don't have a niche yet, it's very simple. Find a group of people who share the same similarities, who have money you're interested in, and they're not that hard to find, right? It's like if you're an e-commerce store owner, or if you've tried e-com in the past, then start reaching out to e-com offers or people doing e-com. It's all about understanding the latent conditions of your niche. So that's a huge asymmetry. And a lot of people want to work on their funnels and, post some social media content and send some outreach, but if you don't understand who you're talking to, none of that matters. So it's insanely high leverage, insane. Most people spend like 30 minutes on market research and then go do a bunch of freaking useless crap. Imagine if you spent 1 week doing nothing but just cold calling or reaching out to or going through other people's funnels in your target market, in your niche, and just getting to know them. Bro, if you spent 1 week doing that, you would be literally crushing your competition because no one's willing to do it because it sounds boring and they don't understand how to think. So that's one thing. Next would be skills. So your skills reverberate through your whole life and everything you do, especially when you learn like higher leverage skills like copywriting. Like the better you get at writing, the better you get at speaking, the better you get at being persuasive, the better everything gets. Your business, your relationships, specifically your business in this case. Like we want to make money, right? So the better you get at doing sales calls, the better you get at outreach, the better you get at like actually delivering. Like I have to learn copy just to coach my students. Like I have to say the right things for them to actually take action. So it's all about learning how to persuade. And so that one's huge. And also any kind of skills that you learn stack on each other. So Hormozy did a great presentation on this. I don't remember what it was called, but he basically showed how he learned fitness was his first skill. He didn't make a lot of money, but then he learned nutrition. Then he started to get a little bit more valuable. Then he learned coaching. So now he started to make a good bit of money. Then he learned ads. Then he learned how to sell. And then he started making a lot of money because now he could actually run ads, get people in his gym. He could sell them. He could actually give them results. And he started to learn all kind of more and more skills like hiring and management, and he just income exploded. And so learning skills is insanely high leverage. Anytime that you spend learning a valuable skill that you're going to need is very, very asymmetric. Next would be your offer. So your offer is the main stimulus of your entire acquisition. Like if you're trying to get clients, your offer is the magic thread that makes it all work or makes it all fail. It's like you can be running a great outreach system that should work well, but if your offer is flat, if it doesn't resonate with your niche, you're fricked. So it all comes back to latent conditions. Once again, if you understood your niche, you would know exactly what to say to them. So for instance, my first offer was helping copywriters like make some money, or it was like become a master copywriter, like how to get good at copywriting. And I changed it completely to how to sign 3 to 5 clients, guaranteed. Because I started to understand my market more and more. I realized that they all think they're decent at copy. They know that they can get better, but they all think they're decent. So what they really wanted was clients. Like that's all they cared about. And that was the huge problem. It still is the huge problem in the copywriting market. Now, in reality, their problem isn't copywriting. It isn't outreach. It's mindset. That's the problem. But that's not going to sell. And that's not what they think is the problem. Like you don't think you have a mindset problem, but you do, because everything in life is a mindset problem. But that's why I say 3 to 5 copywriting clients. And whenever I'm doing outreach, I talk about my outreach systems because that's what people want to hear. That's what they want. But if you don't know your niche, you're never going to be able to make a good offer, which is the main stimulus that gets people to actually take action through your funnel or on your outreach, right? So that's a huge one. Next thing is system design. So I just launched a brand new outreach system in my coaching program for copywriters, and the results have been absolutely insane. So I spent, 10, 20 hours building this system, running it through some tests, making sure it worked good, and then just releasing it. And people are generating thousands of dollars from it already, just from like the demo system. It's insane. So creating a good system that you can scale is insanely asymmetrical. I'm in Charlie Morgan's Easy Grow, and they've been using this one Terminator Loom system for like 4 to 5 years. It's generated hundreds of thousands of appointments for like him and all the students in there. It's crazy. They designed one system. They really sat down and thought, like, how do we get these strangers to become clients? And every step of the way, they created a system, and it's just insane. Like I'm using one of his systems for Instagram, and it's just crushing. So system design is huge. Next is labor. So hiring. You guys might think, well, I'm not even making any money. Like, why should I be hiring people? You should be hiring a lot earlier than you think. So once you know your niche, you have a decent offer, and you have a pretty good system, like a good outreach system that you're using, you can just hire VAs to run all the stuff you don't want to do. Like it's insanely high leverage. Like they can do the lead sourcing for you. They can send the outreach for you. All you have to do is make it. So hiring is huge, huge, huge leverage. And I know because I have dang near like 9 people. It's too much for sure. I have 9 people in my team right now, and I don't do hardly anything. I do all the inputs, but they just run with the rest. And so it is insanely high leverage because now I get all my time back to work on more high leverage things. For instance, I have a Twitter. You guys might follow me on Twitter. I don't log into it. I don't even barely have the login. I don't remember it. Someone else runs that. Like all I do is I write tweets on a notepad, and that notepad is shared with the guy who has my Twitter account, and he just uploads it for me. Why? Because I don't want to see notifications. I don't want to be stuck in the algorithms. I just want to do insane inputs. And so it's all about having the right people and hiring them. And the last thing is media. Media is huge. It's what I'm doing right now. Through code and through media, it's permissionless leverage. Like you can post a YouTube video without anyone's permission. You can just do it. You don't have to have money for people to pay people. You don't have to like get someone to come work with you. Like you just do it, and the internet takes care of the rest. And so that's why I make a video every single day, because I understand how insanely high leverage content is. You can make one video and for some reason it could just blow up, and you would be set for life if you have the right funnel in place, if you have an offer. So insanely high leverage. But yeah, so the key to exploding your income, to getting more output for your input, which is what you're trying to do, right? This is what leverage is. So if you want more income for the same amount of time working, then you have to find asymmetries. You have to find the high leverage points. And so these are the ones you should focus on, right? So focus on understanding your niche, exactly their pain points, their problems, fears, failures, like everything they want, all that good stuff. Then focus on your skills, learn valuable skills, focus on your offer, create an offer that actually compels people to take action, then focus on designing a decent system that works, and then focus on hiring the right people, and then content and media. So there's no specific order on that, but obviously you have to start with niche first. But yeah, hopefully this helps you guys. And let me know what you want to see in the comments, and I'll have one of my team read it, because I don't read comments, because once again, low leverage. But anyways, see you guys next video. Click on this video if you want to watch some more sauce.